manic, pertaining to or affected by excessive excitement or enthusiasm. Phrase.
This is Manic Mindset. It's time for another Manic episode with Haley and Lynn. Join us each week as we dive down the rabbit hole of navigating life while being hyper-focused on success. Our manic moments are where some of our best ideas come from. We not only embrace the chaos, we thrive in it. Hey guys, welcome back. So this week we are going to be talking about the elusive imposter syndrome. So the definition is a health and mental health phenomenon of self-doubt. And I feel like especially in entrepreneurship, that is something that we struggle with. As a women, that's something we struggle with. Wives, mothers, all that. So let's get into it.
Ooh, this is going to be a good one. I'm excited.
I think it's crucial to live and learn through imposter syndrome. There are definitely times where something will pop off and I kind of look around and I'm like, where's the adult in the room? And I realize I'm the adult in the room. It's a lifelong struggle of self-doubt and really getting your feet wet and being aware and having the confidence in what you do and what you say and how you do it.
For sure. I mean, have you, I've literally heard people go like, I feel like I'm an imposter, like in my own life. And they don't really understand why and like how to change that. And I really think, again, it goes back to who you have around you. Like if you have people that make you feel like you have to be an imposter, of course you're gonna react that way. You're gonna act that way. If you've not learned really how to like eliminate your circle or tailor it to the people who are good for your health and your mental health, you're gonna be an imposter in your own life. I mean, you have to make sure that you have people around you that you feel okay to be yourself.
Yeah.
So, and definitely, I think that a lot of that comes with age.
Yeah, you don't know yourself until you're older, so it's gonna feel more natural to kind of second guess yourself. When you're a first-time mom, imagine that. Imagine the difference of you as a first-time mother and like me with my third.
No doubt.
That's not the same person.
It's funny because we talk about that. Braden and I talked about that just the other day. Like who I was then is not who I am now. And like, I only hope that I didn't mess him up or anything, but he said I did a good job. So I'm going to take that for what it is.
My goal is to just make sure I'm not the reason my kids need therapy for the rest of their life.
Truth. We've talked about that for sure. Yeah.
Pretty simple target.
So, I mean, and I also think, it's taking ownership of like who you are, you're feeling confident, a lot of those things. Like I see a lot of people that seem like they're exuding confidence, but really it's like they're an imposter of it. Like I finally came into my own shell probably over the last couple years. I no longer tolerate certain things, but sometimes I can tell like I'm slipping into like old ways, and it's only because of like typically my extended family will do that to me. Like, and then I'm like, new Haley would not allow that. Old Haley would allow that. That imposter of that person who allowed people to walk all over them tolerated that.
There's so much, especially with family and friends and, strangers, all of it. There's so much of like, how dare you be successful?
Yeah, you're like appeasing everybody all the time.
This gutter and like break generational curses and like be the first one to graduate school, be the first one to have this business, any of those things. Like, how dare you? How dare you think you're better than us, or where you came from, or how dare you want more?
I never think I'm better than somebody because I have more or because like of my success or anything. I think I'm better than people when it's like, no, I know I'm better than you because I'm a decent human being, right? Yeah. Like I know I'm better than you because you have shit on people most of your life. I know I'm better than you because I would still to this day get the shirt off my back and help somebody. Yeah. And I know like those things are in my mind of what I know, like when I'm like, when like, she thinks she's better than everybody. No, I think I'm kinder than you. I think that I'm a better person than you as far as like I would reach out for somebody else in need, not because I have more, not because I'm a harder worker, like it's not any of those things. It's really just based off of like who I am at my core. And And then I do remember being somebody who I wasn't for a long time to appease other people, to make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do that anymore.
I think it's a stage of young adulthood and coming into your own. And I think for the most part, people grow out of it and get confident and get comfortable in their own skin. But I sure as shit still know some people that are my age that don't know what they want to be when they grow up.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Not knowing what you want to be when you grow up. Like, I don't know who I want to be tomorrow.
But that's hand in hand with
Like, I have an idea.
Know yourself,
yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah. Well, that, and I don't think that you should ever have to like be like, this is what I'm doing and I'm going to do this forever. And if your friends try and pigeonhole you into that and go, well, she's always changing stuff. She's never stuck with anything. She doesn't do this. You know what? Fuck off.
Trial and error.
You should be trial and error. You should be able to, pivot and grow and figure out what you want, and your friends around you should allow you to do that. And if they're like talking shit about how like you never stick to anything, get new friends. Get new friends, because you don't want to see me be successful. You don't want to see me happy. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Now I got you trying to like make me feel bad about trying to figure it out.
It's completely normal and a key to success and the foundation of future success to question things, to not fall into patterns where you never change, because especially if you're talking about business, the market never stops changing.
Right.
It never stops growing. It never stops adapting. So if you're to stand still and be stuck in that place, you will not be successful. If you're to stand still and not grow alongside your husband and your kids, you will never have a meaningful relationship.
No.
That's not life. That's not real.
No.
It's great to be like, hey, I'm a real estate agent. I've been a real estate agent for 25 years. Fantastic. I guarantee the aging you are today is not who you were 25 years ago.
100%.
Guarantee it.
100%. And I think that, people forget who they are when they are shamed by people that are around them.
They back down easily when they get a little bit embarrassed.
Yes.
And called out.
Yes.
Or something they shouldn't be embarrassed or called out on.
And I'm big about like, okay, you don't like it, you can leave. I never used to be like that. I used to be like, how can I make you more comfortable?
Let me dim my light so that you don't feel uncomfy.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I do not like that at all. And I think that, I don't even know if some people know that they're dimming other people's lights, or it's their own insecurity.
I don't think they know.
No.
I mean, there's always going to be that outlier that's like, a crazy person or a narcissist or something. But I think that genuinely people are not aware that they suck the life out of the room.
Yeah.
I don't think that a lot of people are aware that they do that.
Well, don't come up in here because you're going to learn today from me. Because just like, I don't know if anybody listened to the last episode or two ago, Lynn basically said she'll hack your whole life. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. And especially if you try to dim someone's light that's like, that I love or care about. Like, you can try and dim mine, but if you dim somebody I love, like if somebody were to come for you, the way that I would embarrass them, and
yeah, make you regret it.
I'm a big bully now, baby. That's what I would be like.
Don't play games with me because I play them better and you'll lose.
Right.
Stop it. Don't
Right.
embarrass yourself out here in the street.
No. But, again, it's coming to the realization that, like, are you becoming somebody that you can look in the mirror every day and that you like and that you feel proud of? Because the person that I am today, I may not be 100% who I want to be yet, but I'm starting to like her. I did like this exercise in that leadership class that we're in once a month. And I did this whole exercise, and it was, I can't remember exactly how it went, but it was like, name somebody that you relate to that is strong. Name a book that was powerful to you. Name a show or a movie that made you happier, whatever it is, right? And so, or it was a person out of each thing, out of a book, out of a movie, out of, like, it was all these things.
It's not just answering that for yourself is enlightening, because you don't even know where you're
It was. I had no idea where it was going. I'm like putting all these down, and it was like, name a person in your life that you believe is successful or whatever. I actually put Amy down. So I like put all these things down, right? And then they were like, that's who you are. That's you. That is you.
Well, I say that you like that, what you like and what you don't like about people is internalized, right?
It was crazy because I legit was like, before they told me that was me, John Brewer was like, what do you think? And I'm like, I like this person, whoever this person is. And then like towards the end, and he was like,
you gave him everything he wanted. And
yes.
He was like, yes, it worked.
And they were like, this is who you are. This person is you. And it was like loyalty, strength, success.
If someone was to put down things to describe you, you'd probably end up with very similar answers.
Yeah.
It's funny because you don't always see yourself the way that other people see you.
No. And that's exactly what the exercise was showing me, is that I don't see myself like that. And I actually looked at him and said, kind of like myself.
Yeah.
You know, there's things about me that I could change and that I need to work on 100%. But who I am in the core, not my, fake self, I like her. She's a good person. Yeah. She is strong. She's kind. She doesn't take shit from people. She's successful. I like a lot of things about her. Yeah. And I didn't think that. And so I think that that's a huge part, is finding the things that you like about yourself and really digging into those.
Lean into that shit.
Lean into that.
Yeah.
Be that person.
But I think that internalized stuff is hilarious to me, because you ever hang out with somebody and they're like, oh, I can't stand so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, like why? They're always like running their mouth. Or they're always, talking about so-and-so. They're always doing this, they're always doing that. And then you like go home later and like, how you and your husband always like a recap of the night you've done together, and you're like, or you just like, you make eye contact and invite, like, we're going to talk about that later.
Right, yeah.
So when we talk about home, and I'm like, I just find it funny. Like, X person doesn't like Y person because of these traits. Does X person not know that they have those traits?
Right.
The things you can't stand about that person is the personality of you that no one is picking up on.
Oh.
Like, people don't realize that. Like, I don't like that this person.
Don't make me internalize that now, because I'm going to friggin' think about that. Holy shit.
They do. It's like, if you don't like something about somebody, like, I don't like that they're constantly putting, like, their kids down, or that they're really mean to their spouse. If you stop and think about it, you probably have those tendencies. Like, you say a lot of the things that you don't like about somebody that you're trying to have a relationship with are things you don't like about yourself, or things you like about them are things you like about yourself. Like, I love that you're really loyal. If I wasn't a loyal person, I probably wouldn't care about that.
Right.
But that means so much to me because I'm loyal. So
right.
to see it reflected in somebody that I spend time with, I appreciate.
Right.
So it's funny when you do little things like that and you kind of open your eyes to like, this is about something else, and now I'm learning so much about myself. Like,
100%. And it's like, it's so funny when you say like the loyalty thing and all that, because obviously everybody who knows me knows that that's a super important thing to me. And we talk about this often. I'm like, I almost wish somebody would talk shit about you in front of me.
They would never see it.
They won't at all. Not a word, right? Not one inky little word, nothing. Yeah. And it's almost funny because even if maybe I'm having just like a regular conversation, like I could be having a conversation with Kate, totally not even talking bad about you at all. I'd be like, well, Lynn did it like this, and I didn't really like it like that. I did it like this, just like a random conversation, something I would have with you. Yeah. And you can even tell they're like,
we're just going to listen. We're not going to participate in this conversation.
I'm like, to be clear, she know, like, I already talked to her about this, and it's not even an icky conversation. I'm just saying, like, this is kind of how we were thinking about like social media or whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
But you can tell they like,
yeah, they're like, I picked up on it, I heard it.
Well, and it's funny because they have no opinion. Mm-hmm. And I love that. I love that because I'm like, good. Yeah. I'm glad you don't. Because it's kind of like me venting to you about my husband, right? Yeah. Or you venting to me about Eric. Yeah. Now, that's fine, right? Mm-hmm. But if you were to vent to somebody else about Eric, they don't really have a say. They don't really, like, oh, I wasn't asking for your opinion.
For your help, I was just talking.
I was just talking. You don't get to talk shit.
Yeah.
Like, kind of thing.
That's like a dangerous place too, right? Like, I had to learn that lesson. Like, I just have word vomit sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I'm like really hitting off with this person, we're getting a drink or whatever, and then I'm like, here's my life story, and then I'm like, why did I do that? So I don't know.
Do you really do that?
Sometimes, yeah. I'm just like,
Do I do that?
I can't tell because with me, I already know all your shit,
Right.
I can't judge, but I've done it.
I mean, I know that I have definitely gotten in a car before and go, oh, I think I said too much.
Hell, did I share that story for?
Yeah, like I've like accidentally like kind of like treaded on political stuff or something, or like God or anything, something like that, like on a meeting, and I'm like, did I mess that up?
I'm really big on like, don't talk shit about your spouse, right? Like that's
oh yeah, no
for me. And like it's different if I call you and I'm like, this motherfucker over tonight, I'm gonna kill him, like whatever, just joke around.
Yeah, in public.
Yeah, I don't care if that man did something nuts, I'm gonna have his back. When we get home, I might be like, the hell is wrong with you? Right. But in public, I'm gonna have your back unless it's something, dangerous or ridiculous. But I'm just like, no, that's not what you do. But it's just funny to me because you ever hear yourself do something? Like, you talk about the loyalty. Like, we were out back one night with a couple people over, and it was actually a misunderstanding. But I kind of jumped into a conversation at a point where one of my friends was mad at another one, and it was like a newer friend and like an OG friend. And the OG friend was fucking activated, okay? She was angry. And she said some shit, and she was like, what are we gonna do about it, Lynn? And no hesitation, I looked at the other girl and I was like, nah, I gotta bury my backyard. When I tell you my husband has never moved so fast, he was like, did you just tell her you should bury her in her backyard? And I was like, yeah, she fucked up. And he's like, what?
Oh my
God.
God.
I didn't get yet. I'm learning.
Oh my
I didn't know
goodness.
she did yet, but that's what happened. But like, so you can see those things to like
Right.
fall almost, right?
Right.
It was kind of like, we keep talking, everyone calms down. There's like a giant misunderstanding.
But I also feel like and I wasn't there for that. Oh, what? We weren't together? I know, right?
God,
everybody thinks we're together 24/7. But that person that happened to, she can appreciate that, and she respects you and understands who we are because she spent time with us and she's listened to the podcast and like we're friends and everything. And so
she likes that about herself.
She likes that.
Somebody to do that for her.
100%. She definitely appreciates that. And that's the type of people that you want around you anyways. People who understand that and like who you are. Like, not for nothing, you'd want me to do the same for you. Like, I don't have to pop off. I don't have to, say what I need to say or say something that people need to say. I'll say it when I need to say it. Mm-hmm. And when I do,
that's a tool for later.
Yeah. And when I do, there's probably no coming back from it. Mm-hmm. Like I'm kind and nice and everything to everybody, and I always will be. But that all came with like that whole imposter syndrome, right? Like, I don't feel like I need to be that person all the time anymore. I don't feel like I have to pretend around certain people. And actually, to be honest with you, I just don't hang out with anybody that makes me feel like I have to be something that I'm not.
We've had to come a very long way, and you especially, of like not having to live and exist in fight or flight mode. And coming out of that.
That's why I have Crohn's. You realize that, right?
I get it.
I legit had stomach problems from living my entire life from fight or flight.
But the roller coaster of now you don't have to live like that is sometimes I have to catch myself, right? Mm-hmm. Like sometimes I catch myself telling a poor girl, I'm going to bury my backyard. And then be like, I'll retract.
Yeah.
I'll retract it. To be clear, if it wasn't a misunderstanding, I would not have retracted it. But
Right.
But you have to do those things, and that person loves me for it.
Right.
It's like you have to mature and grow, and when you run at fight or flight, it's weird to not be in fight or flight. Like, and I didn't even know what the conversation was. So my friend was like, what are we doing about it? I was like, this is what we're doing about it.
Oh, she tested your friendship right then and there.
And my poor husband was like, did you just say that? And I was like, yeah, why? I don't know. I didn't get that far in the talk yet. I just know it was needed. Wasn't sure why.
I wish I could have just been there but not been involved.
Yeah.
I just want to be like this person. Like maybe I need a camera for the days I'm not there.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, oh, yeah, right.
You would just chime in with the sounds like, what?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Right. Like you see the little red light at the top in the corner of like the back screen porch come on, and it like you can tell like someone's activated like the speaker.
Yeah, chiming in. Your mom's at home.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so funny.
She said what she said.
What is that like scary show? Is it like Saw where they're like in a room, and the camera can talk and move and stuff? It's like that.
Yeah. Just be given directions like you should have said this.
Right.
Say it with your whole chest.
Oh, that's funny.
But no, I think a lot of the rhetoric too is like around imposter syndrome and having confidence is like we're the first ones to joke about like that shit. Like I'm not gonna hesitate to put people in their place. When it's needed, it's needed. It's a card I'll pull out when I need to pull it out.
Right.
But at the same time, I am so tired of this I'm tired of the mean girl rhetoric, right? Like just because I speak my mind and I have confidence in myself doesn't mean that I talk down to other people. The fact, like we talk about doling your light. Like me being confident doesn't take anything away from somebody else.
No.
And I don't ever walk into a room and be like, sit down, I'm being confident right now. I'm like, yes, queen. Like, yes, let's go. Hype it up. Like, so this rhetoric of like, if just because I'm not afraid to put you in your place and just because I'll say what needs to be said doesn't mean that I'm also not the first person to bring you like lasagna at a minor inconvenience.
Right.
Start a meal train, donate to something. Like I do all those things. And it was funny the other day we posted a stupid video about us doing the charity shopping in the dark event. And we went at like 9:30 at night, behaved like complete idiots. And Charles and real producers liked the story. And I go in, And I took a screenshot of it frozen on the stocking on Haley's head where I pulled it. And she's got an obnoxious face on, and I said, of all the humanitarian work that we do, this is what they're supposed to engage with. This is your face, forever immortalized.
Well, right. And not for nothing. One, I am a Charleston Real Producer, 40 under 40, top 500 agent, and that is the real Haley right there. Right. That is not somebody who is putting on like this whole pretend person for anybody. No. That is like who I am. Love me or hate me. I don't care. And I can do both. I can wear both hats, and I can be fun and funny and still be businesslike. And I think that's a perfect example of, not being somebody you're not for anybody. Like even for Charleston Real Producers, right? There's a lot of people that are like, those are the elite people, right? And even for that, like for that to happen is such a great example of like who you should be. Be your authentic self.
And people will love you for it.
Yeah.
For every...
I bet you Ryan watched that like 3 times.
He probably did. I mean, I couldn't stop watching it. Sometimes we make us laugh, so I'll watch it. It's like, oh my god. You ever make your own videos? You're like, these are pretty. I'm just being
well, I was cracking up because I'm even going to say her name. Lauren was like, I'd like to go, da da da. And I was cracking up because I was like, I don't know if Lauren would put pantyhose on her head or not.
Girl, I would not have put pantyhose. Opened. Already, like someone had already rolled in to put them on pantyhose that you picked out of a bargain bin.
They didn't put them on.
You don't know that. You don't know that. She was like, here, hold the phone, I'm gonna put this on my head. I was like, where did that come from? She was like, it was good. I'm like, where's the bag though? It wasn't in one. What? No.
Oh, it's
I
so
couldn't even
funny.
stop her. It was halfway in her head.
Oh, so funny.
I don't like that mean girl rhetoric shit. I don't like that fake life rhetoric shit. For every filtered, silly video where everyone's like, you look so pretty, I'm the first one to comment, #filter. That ain't my face, knock it off. That's not what I look like.
Right.
And I put up that video last night of the rodeo. Come on. Violently humbled.
I loved it. I thought it was great that you like legit were like, this is the real me. And I think that's what people like to see.
You have to. And it's our responsibility, not that we're like, there's no world where we're like a celebrity, but it's our responsibility just locally for the people, for my kids that watch these videos, for these young girls that watch stuff. Like we have friends, kids that follow us on TikTok and stuff.
They follow you?
Responsible. Oh yeah.
Oh god.
And some of the comments crack me up.
Get your kids off there. No, I'm just kidding.
Or they'll be like, invite me to lives. I'm like, no.
Right.
You know? But they, like, it's irresponsible. It's irresponsible to allow people to think that I look like that. Or that I only am, like, dressed like a diva. That's all I do with my life.
Yeah, like you just walk around your house like that?
We had conversations.
With your, like, hand out like this?
Yeah, just carry my Louis on my fucking elbow.
Yeah.
My Louis, that's not real, by the way. But the,
oh, God. Who are you? Imposter. Imposter.
I kept out like 150 for a bag. But we had a conference the other night at school, and I was all dressed up because I came from literally working all day. And I walked in, and every time I go, someone has a comment. And they don't hurt my feelings. Like, I enjoy them. I just think they're funny. They don't ever hurt my feelings. But someone was like, you always make me feel inadequate. Every time you come in here, I just feel inadequate. You're like, look good. You made it to the conference. Like, all this stuff. And I'm like, here I am with, like, my Louis on one bag, my coffee another, my glass on my head. I probably look like a complete twat. Like, I just look like such an asshole. And I'm just like, girl. I guarantee you, the minute I get home, I look like Adam Sandler. I can't wait to not look
How do you think I'm around her all day, every day? How do you think I feel about myself? Listen, you got to have a really, really good backbone and a really great mindset to be friends with Lynn Solon, okay?
But I'm equally the other end too. Like I
when?
try to be really good.
Name a time.
Now, there's a filter on this right
Name
now.
a time. I want to know. Oh, actually, right now. She don't have none of these on. She'll have that right there. That's the sound of my fake nails I got that she don't.
I'm so sad about it. Hurts my feelings.
Oh, that's funny.
If you think that at 11 on a Sunday there's a full, first off, you ever see me, I wear quick my like, stop it, I don't wear eye makeup. If you think that I got up and put it on to come sit in her office, you thought wrong.
I want to see a before and after with you doing this where you have no eyelashes on, no fingernails. No fingernails. Oh,
I
that's
wish
funny.
there was a filter for nails. It would make me feel better.
Oh, that's
But no,
funny.
I don't like that rhetoric. We're like, stop. I try to be equally as good as like,
For sure.
There's going to be a filtered video. There's also going to be a stupid video. Like, I'm a real person. And
Right. I'm a real person too.
do it other ways.
And I just don't do the social media that Lynn does. I'm real life. The person that she talks about all the time, she's here. She's back here. Actually, it's funny because my storage just ran out on my phone, so I can't video anything.
Sure.
It wants me to pay another $2.99 a month. for storage. I just upped it $1 last month, $1 the month before. Like, no.
But for $2.99, the fact that she is, I won't even say daily, hourly, half hourly, irritated by the lack of storage. Like a minor inconvenience, I'm like, subscribe me.
$2.99, but if you did that like 3 times a year, that's expensive.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
I can't do it. I don't like being.
I tried to get into that that cloud thing and see how many times I upped the storage so I could delete some storage and delete paying that.
Yeah, but you're probably like me. We have so many stupid screenshots. And you know how many times I've saved the goddamn house video for the open house this past weekend? Because I'm too lazy to like scroll through my week and find it. I'm just like, I'm going to just resave it real quick. There's probably 15 of them on my phone for absolutely no reason.
I just needed a clean slate. But yeah, anywho.
But don't second guess yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to feel like an imposter. No, you're the only one thinking it.
Mm-hmm.
No one else is thinking that.
Yeah, that is true. You're the only one feeling like uncomfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
And if anybody's making you feel that way, they just shouldn't be your people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
And that's a wrap. If you like what you heard, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. And as always, you can listen on Apple, Spotify, and more. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube for video podcast. We'll see you next week.